And she had said, like, can I talk to you about something? And I was like, I think this is it. This is it. This is the moment in which I feel like I've gotten in with her. Like, she has officially let me in and opened up.
Harvard did some research, and there's like the biggest protective factor for kids is having a stable, supportive, loving adult in their life. That is the biggest factor for them to be successful in some area of their life and have something that they feel good about. And I think that's really what we try to do in our work. So we're seeing littles kind of become bigs and get employment with us, which has been it's hard to get a job as a teen and know where to go. And we've been able to employ some of our littles and provide them with their first job to put on their resume, which is...
Be that something went wrong with that cookie.
Yeah, that's definitely...
And there's a little bit, some of them came out looking a little bit scary.
Some of them were actually decorated by kids.
Oh,
so
wow.
they'll come in.
So now you're insulting the kids' art.
Yeah. Welcome. This is live from Langley BC, where we talk to local residents and business owners about news and events going on all around the Lower Mainland. I'm your co-host, Dan, local realtor.
And I'm Megan from the local space.
And that's Megan from the local space. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, leave us a rating, please. And thank you to anyone who's done that, because it really keeps us going. Today, we're joined by Jacqueline and Britnee of Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Langley.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming on.
Glad we're here.
Yeah, excited. So, I mean, yeah, you guys are right out of Langley. For anybody who doesn't know anything about maybe the program you guys are helping operate, maybe give them a quick rundown. So get right into
it.
Yeah, we are Big Brothers, Big Sisters of specifically Langley. Which is great because all of our matches, all of our mentoring, all of our programming is in Langley. All of our staff, I'm just a little over the bridge, but all of our staff are from Langley specifically, which is really great because we feel so connected to the community. So our programming, we have our one-to-one group mentoring program where an adult or a teen is paired with a little. That can be our community-based or in-school mentoring. And we also have our after-school group programming, which runs at the elementary schools, rec centers, just recently kind of starting our high schools for kinds of grades 4 to 6 in the community. Those are kind of the different programming that we run. I don't know, Jacqueline.
I think you summed it up perfectly. So it's basically one-to-one mentorship with a little bit of group mentoring. So they've got a few leaders that run groups of kids 8 to 12 in numbers, anywhere between grades 4 and 7. So yeah, it's grown a lot from what it started to be in
started as Big Brothers only.
Yeah, exclusively in Cincinnati. I believe there's a lot of numbers out there. A lot of people are claiming to have started Big Brothers. But generally early 1900s is when it started. Oh, wow. Yeah, there was a clerk that actually worked out of Cincinnati that saw a lot of troubled young teens come through his courtroom. And he started to recognize there needs to be some sort of program to be able to help them kind of through these tough years. Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Canada started mid-50s. Our agency has been kicking for 50 years. Yeah, so 1974 is when we officially became an agency. So yeah, we've been doing it 50 years strong in Langley. It's been a while.
What are they mentoring them on?
Life.
Good question.
Yeah, really good question.
We kind of start with we are not tutoring. We are not we are very much just a positive relationship in a kid's life.
Not parents. We're
not parents, not a teacher. We really, our one-to-one mentoring program, we take the time when we call it a wait pool. We don't have a wait list because it's not based on when a family signs a kid up. It's really based on if I love horseback riding, which is a tough one because it's so particular. But if I love art, if I love hikes, we really want to find a kid that loves those things too, because we want you to have a relationship that lasts, a relationship that is meaningful, that you both want to be in, where if you had different interests, it feels forceful. It doesn't feel as natural. So we really take the time to, our mentoring coordinators is our staff team, to match kids and bigs that we'll have something in common that we hope we have one of our bigs that actually just had his 8th little. He's kind of gone through and had bigs that have now become adults and had families themselves. And we really take the time to match them with someone that we think their relationship will thrive. And they are to do just life together, to listen to things going on in their life, to do sports together, to try new things, to go bowling, to really just spend quality time together with a positive adult and a stable adult in their life. That's really a big part of what our relationships are to do. Which sounds so simple, but there's great research into just having like one stable, supportive adult in a kid's life. And some of our kids sometimes don't live with grandma, or don't have a parent in their life, or just maybe parents they don't feel connected with even, or siblings that are older that they don't feel connected with. So just someone in their life that they can come to and they can build that positive relationship with and feel comfortable to do life with and enjoy quality time with.
Growing up is hard.
Yeah.
Growing up, especially that we take kids in anywhere between age 7 and 14.
And do they come to you or like?
Sometimes, I mean, it's not very often that we get self-referrals. Most of the time we get referrals from parentals or guardians, occasionally from school counselors or teachers that say, hey, I've got a youth that's kind of having a hard time fitting in at school, or, they're going through some questions about identity and stuff, and they could really use a positive role model outside the home that is just someone consistent. It's basically a big friend that has maybe a little more life experience that can kind of help them through some tough stuff and without judgment. Yeah, that's big.
Does it cost money for them to sign up?
No, it's absolutely free. It's a completely free program. Yeah, it's a lot that shocks a lot of people. But we want to make sure that it's accessible to everybody, regardless of your income or your social status or whatever. We want everyone to have access to the program if they're feeling that they could really benefit from it. So,
Okay. And then you said you're out of Langley, and you're joking that everyone's in Langley, and this is like Langley Township or Langley City, because I know sometimes there's friction between the two.
Yes, we are in Langley City. Actually, I saw a meme the other day that was like, anyone that is from Langley, they'll always refer to the one way. Everyone was the one way. Anyone from Langley knows the one way. So we are on the one way on Fraser Highway and 204th, right actually above the pie hole. We're right upstairs. So
good pies.
Yes, yeah, we get wafts of butter and all this good baking.
Stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, city and township. And we go out to Aldergrove, which I think is technically city or township.
Township, yeah.
But yeah, we are out in Aldergrove, which not all Langley programming but we are in Aldergrove as well. And yeah.
Yeah.
And where do you find so you guys have a home base, I guess, or do you have specific areas that you meet, where they meet? Or
it's funny. We're actually only a staff team of 6 people. Okay. So it's quite a small. People always come up to our office and feel it should be bigger. And we have practicum students that we take on. We love our practicum students, and our mentors are all volunteers as well. So we're actually a tiny office, which is funny because we don't always have space to do programming. So our group programming is fully reliant on the schools. We have a great partnership with the schools in Langley City and Township that we are able to kind of use space in kind in the schools. We make connections with the principals, with maybe the school counselors. And so all of our programming generally runs in the schools in Langley. And then the matches are in the community, whether can be if at one of their houses, if it's a comfortable situation, and depending if there's siblings at the home, or and then we try to provide as many opportunities to maybe go to sporting games, to get bowling passes, to get gift cards, to go for ice cream. We have some great supporters of our agency that actually donate tickets to games, whether it be the Giants. Every so often we get a Canucks or something I
know that's a sensitive topic for so many people right now, but yes.
My husband's watching, so I know a little bit of the hockey.
We'll need that for a little while.
We'll need that for a little while.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
when they are playing, yes, they're incredibly generous and donate some opportunities and stuff. But just local businesses are great. Like the zoo and Science World has been an incredible supporter of our agency. They have this program for social service groups where matches can go as often as they want at no charge. So There's some, and that's Science Portal is such a great place to go as a kid, even as an adult. I know a lot of our mentors are stoked to go to Science World. So yeah, there's really great opportunities, and we really focus on low cost and no cost activities to relieve that financial barrier that a lot of families are feeling. So yeah,
I don't want to put that on the big or the family.
No,
the bigs are all volunteers as well, right?
Yeah.
So really try to find spaces. We have a tiny office, but we host some paint nights and board game nights for a couple of the matches at our office sometimes. And we've been able to borrow some space of like local banks. Sometimes they have boardrooms. We've been able to kind of get spaces in kind in different places that we can actually have those kind of events take place and have our matches come out and do them.
What type of backgrounds of like adults or bigs do you guys usually get?
Huge variety.
Yeah.
Huge variety. Anywhere between, we start at 19 plus to be a community-based mentor, and that's outside of school hours is what we call community-based. 19 and over, all the way up. I mean, gosh, Tim's probably in his 70s, and he still volunteers through the school system.
In-school mentor?
Yeah, and he's one of our longest volunteers as well. So backgrounds, all career paths, all life stories, really, really anyone. Our key focus is the safety of the child. So obviously we do take the necessary steps to ensure that we complete background checks and driver's abstracts and that sort of thing. Because we are responsible for the safety of the child, but there's no one size fits all for our mentors. It's anyone that's in school or working or retired, or it's such a wide variety of people that we welcome anyone with open arms that's willing to commit once a week.
You said in school, so like that's what would that look like?
So that's once a week during the school year for an hour. So that's on school property. They don't leave school grounds.
Okay.
An adult or sometimes a teen will go into an elementary school and spend 1 hour with their little once a week.
Oh.
So we provide activity boxes or bins with coloring or games or quizzes, or the list goes on. Britnee can speak more to this because she actually builds all the boxes with the help of our practicum students. But we give them some stuff to do and some prompts to connect and create some things. There was actually a match that built whole quilt together, which is super neat during that in-school program. So each week they would work on a square together, and then at the end of their match, they had this beautiful blanket that they made together. So it can really be anything that they do.
Seems like an alternative to like after school programs, but you're more one-on-one. So like, you get to spend more quality time and learn from each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
How long do they stay matched?
For our community-based, so outside of school, that's we strive for a minimum of 1 year. More often than not, they continue because there is so much thought and intention that goes into matching the big with the little. So it's not very often that they terminate before that 1 year. Terminate is such a harsh word, but close before that 1 year. Most often they continue for another year. But it's totally possible that after a year they're feeling like they want something different, and they can be rematched if they choose. But generally it's a 1 year commitment, which seems like a long time. I remember thinking when I signed up that 1 year was like, wow, that's 52 weeks. That's 43. I was doing the math in my head. I was like, that's a long time. But it was probably 6 months in of regular visits and stuff. I had a chat with our mentoring coordinator. We call them matchmakers informally, because they check in regularly with you and see how the match is going. If you need any support, if you have any ideas on things to do, or is anything going on in the child's life that we can support you with. I remember talking to her and saying, like, I'm just not really feeling the connection that I was anticipating, like the expectation. And I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I was feeling more of a connection than this. And she said, just wait. Some kids open up right away, and some kids, take a bit longer. And then there was one day sitting in my kitchen with her, and she started talking about her friends at school and something that had gone on the playground or wherever it was during lunch. And she had said like, can I talk to you about something? And I was like, I think this is it. This is it. This is the moment in which I feel like I've gotten in with her. Like she has officially let me in and opened up. And yeah, it was smooth sailing from there. After that, it was mutual. Totally. I mean, it was always mutual. Like it always felt fun to hang out. But after that, it didn't feel like we were in a program. It felt like we just hung out once a week. And it was,
that's cool.
It was so great. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, people, kids especially need that too, because they, parents are busy with work, or maybe they don't have experience, in this area of life. But yeah, when you have somebody who just went through that phase of school, where they can say like, hey, things might be bad right now, but they're not going to be like that forever.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of kids that feel like they lose it in high school because they think that's the end of the world. And it sucks that they're in that position. Yeah. But yeah.
High school is tough. I mean, high school alone is tough, but so many of our kids are facing adversity. And a lot of people don't really, it's hard to conceptualize what that adversity is. But I had made a list before we came. A lot of it is parental separation or passing of a loved one or financial stress, which so many people are facing right now. A lot of it is just, it could be being bullied at school or just not finding your group at school or just needing a little bit of help socially. Like it doesn't, we are a preventative service. We are not a crisis service. And so we want people to feel welcome in our programs, kids and families and mentors, but we are here to make them feel heard through a good, solid, consistent relationship with whatever they're facing, whether by financial stress or loss or separation. Or
do you find right now there's an increase in demand for bigs?
Absolutely. Yeah. Our wait pool, actually, we just had a surge, I would say, at the end of last year of volunteers come through, which is always so heartwarming. But they think there's probably still 30 kids on our wait pool, which is low, sadly. That's relatively low to what we've been facing. But that's still 30 kids that are waiting for a mentor to be matched.
So typically there's more kids waiting, you're saying?
Often, yeah. Yeah, can be upwards.
We were capping like boys applying for the program because the wait list was just getting like how can we even begin to tell a parent that and a kid that hopefully they'll get matched within the next 6 months to a year when like the wait pool was just like so high. So we've gotten, I think now that COVID, where it is, has kind of gone, I think we're seeing an influx of young people and adults wanting to get back involved, wanting to give back. There's a need. And I think people are wanting to get back in their community. I think not only for adults, we felt socially, I had a baby in COVID, like he got used to people smiling under a mask. I was like, this is crazy. But I think we're seeing, like I run our group program specifically. So after school, we have 10 to 15 kids that come and hang out with a couple mentors. And you can tell that socially, these kids are struggling. They're struggling to make friends. They're struggling to know kind of how to interact with one another. It almost feels like the grade 6s, grade 5s are kind of acting like grade 3, 4, because they just weren't in school. They were doing everything online. How do you make a social connection and build relationships with peers and young adults? So I think I've seen in our group program specifically, like some really like parents being so thankful that we're offering we try to have it at the school, elementary school, a free program, the lowest barriers as possible. We provide a snack, and we just try to make it easy for families to sign their kids up, for kids to be there. And sports and activities can cost so much, right? It's so hard to get our kids enrolled in stuff when maybe people are facing financial need or just the ability to get their kid to it, So I think we've really seen a need that's come up for this kind of preventative, because these kids aren't showing, they're not down a certain path at this very moment where they're needing immediate crisis intervention. But if we can catch these kids when they're 10, 11, kind of starting to struggle socially, struggle making friends. And I think that's our hope in our group and our individual, to get these kids and build. There's like one of my favorite, like I get shivers when I think about it. There's Harvard did some research, and there's like the biggest protective factor for kids is having a stable, supportive, loving adult in their life. That is the biggest factor for them to be successful in some area of their life and have something that they feel good about. And I think that's really what we try to do in our work is provide kids with that, whether it's one-on-one and that relationship is more important. But I was at a group last week and we check in with the kids. How's it going? Are you feeling comfortable? And I was like, oh, like, are you making friends? She's like, oh, I'm going on a play date with one of these other girls. Like our moms exchanged numbers outside. Like what a cool connection for two kids that maybe didn't really feel like they had a place in their school and didn't know where to be. It's really cool to see them making friends in the Langley community. We know kids aren't driving from Vancouver to Abbotsford and like, how do these kids ever connect again? Right. So it's really cool to help those relationships come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such an important age too to make that interaction. Cause I remember, like going into high school, it's awkward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're meeting a bunch
awkward,
of people.
yeah.
As I like before COVID and masks and
Kidding.
social distance and all that stuff right now. And now technology wasn't around. Now kids have technology. They don't even need to go out. Right?
No,
I think talking to their friends.
In COVID, they just got comfortable. They got a laptop to do school and they continued it. And how do you say no to the kid when they tell you to do school? And now they're connecting online. The whole social interaction and that whole thing is gone, right? It's we need to come back to that and kind of get kids back involved. And it's hard sometimes in our matches and in our groups to be like, okay, put your phones away. Like we're not learning this or that or doing that on social media. And even at already like 10 years old, you're like, this is wild.
Oh, man.
We need the face-to-face interaction with
10
kids,
years.
right?
Yeah.
10, it feels like, what? How do you even have a phone? Like,
When did you have your first phones?
I think I was like 11 or 12.
Okay.
but only to call home.
I had a single
Like a
mom.
Firefly?
phone,
Yeah.
so,
Firefly?
like, I had a phone and then I had my sister. We had so I always just had a phone.
Yeah.
I mean, phones were
Yeah.
bricks back then, though.
Yeah, the Nokia.
Yeah, could not
Yeah,
do
it was
other
like a
things.
Nokia.
I'm pretty
like,
sure my Nokia
yeah.
still turns on.
I had that flip phone, like texting one, the Rumor or whatever it was, something like that. I don't know.
The
And
Razor?
like, what was that? No, it was around that time, but it was like just like a texting with like the keyboard.
Oh, I remember
Oh,
It was
that.
like
Yeah.
a flip keyboard one, slide keyboard. That wasn't, but I got mine late too. I was in like grade 9 or 10.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I had friends in elementary school too, grade 6. What was that? Like having a razor.
11, yeah.
It's a chocolate.
Yes.
I don't
Nokia-
remember the
Motorola,
name.
Motorola was
Yeah.
the cool phone. Motorola,
The razor,
Yeah.
a razor, and there was like a chocolate
different
or something.
colors and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the Motorola.
I feel like you
T9 texting.
yes,
Yes.
and you got like 10 text messages a month. There's something like
Yeah.
100. You
Oh,
only got
10.
a certain
Oh my
amount.
gosh.
Like it was
Yeah.
How are you?
text
gonna-
that you're home and that's it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, burn through the minutes. That's
Yeah.
funny. Someone just talked about that to me today about having the T9 because I was actually texting
T9.
without looking at my phone, and they're like, "Oh, I bet you were pretty good at the T9." I'm like, "I was. I remember." I just be like, "No, not looking up in class, just like texting," and I'm like, "Did I get it right? All right, cool."
Yeah.
Send it.
Yeah. Quick
Send.
check and we're good. We'll
Yeah.
send.
Good times.
Yeah. Wow.
When are you going to let your daughter have a phone? How old will she be?
I don't know yet. We'll see. Like,
I can't
she'll-
even think about that.
I for security reasons, I'd probably like, sounds bad, but I'd probably like air tag her.
Tracker, yeah.
People do that with
common,
toddlers.
though. A lot of
all
my
the time.
friends have like air
Yeah.
tags on their
Or
kids,
shoes
and
with-
stuff, especially when they're like on vacations and that sort of
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, I did that
For
for
sure.
Mexico.
Just
Yeah,
a bit of peace of mind. Right?
Yeah.
Just
stuck
You
it
get
in
a
her
little
pocket.
too far. I know that you're where you're at.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then they have shoes now with like the little pocket in there for the air tag. They're Nikes,
Interesting.
but
Yeah.
Interesting.
wild.
yeah.
It's hard because the phones have so much capability now. Like I feel like when we had I had
computer.
mine when I was
It
also
is.
10, but like my parents weren't home yet. They were at work. I had to text I'm home now and for emergency, but it can do so much now that it's like, whoa. This
Yeah.
is not just giving my kid a phone to call home
No.
anymore. This is
This is
like
Giving
Power.
them too much.
yeah,
Yes.
power. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring out that old Nokia.
Yeah,
Slam
this
it on
is
the
what you
desk.
get. Yeah, yeah.
I just remember my little sister having a phone, and like all it could do was call, and like they used to have
Yeah.
those
Like a
special.
Firefly,
They
I
used to have
think
those
it's called.
special like kids and
Mhm.
seniors phones.
I was
like
gonna say, yeah, so I only call certain people.
yeah.
Yeah. Too
Is that one
funny.
called Life Alert? No.
Oh,
Oh,
I
think that's if
a
you fall.
button.
Yeah.
A button, like,
Doesn't
I think
even
it's
touch.
we had
direct
them
line
in
to the
senior
hospital.
homes.
That's funny.
Oh no.
But you said you had like a shortage of bigs then. Like it put it in terms, right?
Always.
So like,
More boys, more girls.
Yeah, always. It's almost always 2 to 1. Needing more boys than girls. It's tough. I feel like we've had some really solid, good male mentors come through. Just wanting to give back to their community and find someone to, play hockey with or Fortnite. And there's a newer match recently. That's honestly what they love doing together, is just playing video games. It's like, hey, if that's how you connect and you have great conversations, have at her. I mean, maybe get outside once in a while, but
it's hard. There's such
Play
a need.
outside.
But that's where we match people that are connected, right?
Yeah,
because if you had a big that wanted to go on hikes and play basketball and their little just want to play video games, it's
not going to last.
It's not going to last, right? It's not going to be successful. And that's so badly what we want. And I think there's always a need for kids that could have extra supports in their life. I think that's why we always need mentors and always need bigs, because it's hard. We want to go to community fairs and be we are someone that if we're invited to something, partnered with something, we want to be there. We send a staff member, if not more. We all want to be out in the community, but it's hard because sometimes when we are in the community, we get littles and we want littles because we know there's such a need for kids to have a big, but then our pool gets bigger and bigger. And it's where do we go to sometimes get mentors and get people that want to have this? And I think it's hard because sometimes a year is a year, for 2 hours a week with a kid, this is a lot. What if I don't have time for it? But I think that's where we also work with people's schedules. We have people that are students that have a lot more flexibility and people that work shift work. So then they kind of work with their parent and text the parent, this week, can we do this day? Some parents are not able to change the day. It's Friday every week, but other parents are whenever you can come each week is great. We're flexible, right? And we also have our in-school mentoring, which is just a September to June, an hour. And there's actually a lot of companies that sometimes give you paid volunteer time. So sometimes people might actually work somewhere that they're able to allot volunteer time in the year and go during, not even necessarily their lunch hour, but go during their workday once a week and be able to go and volunteer. We try and place you nearby, near your home, near your school. That way, if you're running to a school for an hour, it's not driving 40 minutes to get there with your match, right? And then we have our after school group programs as well, which we run a fall, winter, and spring. And it's 8 weeks, 2 hours a week. So if you're someone that's I'm not sure I can commit, my schedule is pretty crazy, then maybe the fall you just help out for 8 weeks, but you're not sure how the winter looks or the days changing. We also have group programs, which is kind of which is my passion project. I do groups, so I love the groups, and we do really, the groups are about kind of supporting a healthy lifestyle, active living. We try to get gyms as much as possible, but really it's trying something new in the comfort of a safe space with exploring. Literally, one of our programs is called Explorations because we just pitch it as trying art, drama, sports, baking. We can't always get kitchen area, so that's a tough one and it's messy, but trying something new in a place that you can feel safe to make mistakes, to ask questions, to not everyone has a home that they can do that or a space that can provide that. Maybe they have lots of siblings or a single parent that's I can't bake with you. I'm not a single and I'm I can't bake with you. This is too much. This is chaos. I don't want to pull the paint out because it's too much. Yeah. So just providing a space that kids can come and do that and
find things they like and also find things that they don't like. And that's okay. There's no judgment. There's no commitment, or kids find confidence in, what? I actually am really proud of this painting I did. Or, oh, I am not a baker. My muffins never rose. This is horrible. Yeah. But that's okay. There's no judgment. It's a 1 week trial. You try something new, and if you like it, great. We've helped you find something that you can be passionate about, and if not, then that's okay too. It's just a safe space.
Yeah, my experience with programs and after school programs is pretty much Boys and Girls Club. I used to go there after school. Parents work late, so we just go there. And they do but it was a group thing. It was never, and they were kind of split up by age here and there by different activities. But for the most part, it's just a bunch of kids hanging out and doing whatever, playing video games too at the time, but playing outside as well.
Just some sort of sense of community too.
Yeah.
Consistency and great space to build friends and stuff like that.
And it's a great way too that we can support 12 to 15 kids with 3 mentors. And where our one-to-one, we just don't hit the same amount of kids served and kids in the community. So I think it's a great way that we can offer both, because Boys and Girls Club, I think, like, is primarily lots of groups where we get to have our one-on-one mentoring programs, that we get to, for the people, the mentors that are willing to make that extra step. I have some group mentors right now that I've kind of started being like, I'm more stable in life, like my situation, I have a career, I'm not just a student. Like, can I do one-to-one mentoring? Like, I want to move forward in that. And it's like, absolutely, please come in. And teens, we love teen mentors. This seems so silly, but the high school and elementary schools changed their bell schedule and their schedule. So they don't get spares all year anymore. And they get out after the elementary school kids, which has really affected our programming. It sounds so simple that, like, they just moved the bell by 20 minutes. What's the big deal? But it's actually really affected our teens to be able to help with our programming, because our kids are just have 30 minutes after school that there wouldn't be a mentor there if it was teens. So we've trialed running programming at high schools and getting the kids to come to high school, which is hard because it's more barriers for the 10-year-old. How do they get to the high school? You know, like, but we've kind of been trialing that a little bit to try to utilize more teens in our community and give them, like, what a cool trickle effect when we have an adult and a teen supporting a group of young kids. Now this teen and this young kid have an adult that they get to, like, be with as well, which has been a really cool turnaround effect. We just had a couple of people that we did summer programming that worked in the summer that were like a group mentor and that were a little in our agency. So we're seeing littles kind of become bigs and get employment with us, which has been it's hard to get a job as a teen and nowhere to go. And we've been able to employ some of our littles and provide them with their first job to put on their resume, which is, it's hard, you know? And so I think it's been really cool that we get to see that whole circle and get to see them come around and
see them grow.
Yeah. Really special.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I put down success stories like, oh, hey, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He was actually at the Boys and Girls Club, though.
Oh, was
that's
he really?
That's the one thing that I remember is, he went to, like, Boys and Girls Club after school. But I mean, do you know of any? Like, hey, they started out.
That's actually something I didn't look up before coming.
Any stories
Jeff
that you
prepared a lot of facts.
What are some?
Prepared
Give
for
us
a lot
some
of questions.
facts. Yeah, hit us with the data.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, the first one that comes to mind is the average cost for a match for 1 year in our community-based program is $2,200. So we have 60 matches. It adds up quick. So I think our in-school mentoring is about $1,500 a year for the school year. That includes the cost of staff time, the regular monitoring. Not monitoring isn't the right word. Check-ins that they do with the bigs and littles just to make sure everything's going smoothly. It starts monthly. They check in with both parties and the parent monthly, and then they go to every 2 months and less frequently from there once you kind of have a rapport with them. So that's included. Supplies for in-school mentoring includes, like, the bins that we have to build, the games, snacks if we're providing them for groups.
You have to provide snacks or the kids don't come.
You
have to have them.
You say
just
food,
here for
I'm
the
there
snacks.
too.
Yeah,
right. Keeps them coming.
Yeah, provide the food and they will come.
So how do you cover these costs?
A lot of it is fundraising.
Oh, wow.
So
Question.
2022, 20% of our income was through, or like operational income was through fundraising and events.
Have you seen that go down?
We are relying more on events. So in 2023, we've actually had to increase our fundraising initiatives and events to help account for that. This across the board for a lot of social services and nonprofits, this has been a really tough year for fundraising.
I think it's because it's a tough for everyone.
Yeah,
everyone.
That we're now
Across the board.
seeking sponsors and support and even just donations of an item. And it's hard because it's like, well, these guys already asked, sorry. Like, it's where does that go? I think it's trickled down to everyone, right? The supporters that we've had for years are like, we can maybe do this, but not as much as they used to, or in a different way. It's
a lot
that
of
based on, like, per, I guess, location per city, or is it like come from the, passed down from, like, the bigger? I guess, is there like Big Brothers Canada?
We have a national office.
Yeah,
Okay.
we do have a
And
national.
then they also do fundraising and they distribute funds, or is it kind of like just up to you guys to figure it out for yourselves?
We do have a lot of independence. So a lot of what comes from national is the marketing and the brand structure. We do have a marketing plan through national, but beyond that, not necessarily marketing plan. We have a brand kit, I should say. Beyond that, how we promote ourselves and how we fundraise is agency level. We have national dues to take care of, like to pay to national, but they provide in return research based on the market and they did a big project with the Search Institute of Boston, I believe. So that's an expense on their side. But they'll also do large photography campaigns and provide assets. So we provide them with funds to be a part of the Big Brothers Big
So it's
Sisters
like a
name.
franchise.
Essentially.
What
Yeah.
it sounds like.
Nonprofit franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more complicated than how I'm describing it. But in return, we do get
Our little team of
some
6
support.
works really hard.
Yeah.
Work real hard.
Yeah.
The moral of it, you know?
Definitely
And- yeah.
do.
Yeah, there's 6 of us. Last year we operated with 5, and it was real tough.
I had a
'cause-
baby.
Yeah, it was tight.
You're just adding to the pool of
Yes.
future bigs.
A future
Yes.
bigs.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the team took it and covered it. And because it was
Yeah.
hard to hire too. Like it's there. I think things are shifting now, but a year and a half ago when I had my son, it was hard to kind of hire, hard to get sponsors and fundraising. And there was decisions to be made in that. And we are such a small office that like we joke that we are small but have big heart because we were just a part of like the Tim Hortons Smile Cookie. We had a couple of the stores that we benefited from, and we've kind of reached out to local stores and charities to help partner in different ways.
I saw that cookie. I thought maybe that something went wrong with that cookie.
Yeah, that's definitely
And there's a little bit. Some of them came out looking a little bit scary.
I actually did a reel about this because so many cookies.
They look like. You know what they look like? They look like. What's that guy? Joker. Batman.
Yeah, with the giant
yeah,
smile.
big smile, white.
Yeah.
white
some of them were
icing.
actually decorated by kids.
Oh,
So
wow,
they come
I'm an
in-
Oh,
asshole.
now you're insulting the kids' art.
Yeah.
We also had a
kids.
Giants mascot come in and
And he-
decorate some.
He decorated
So
and
his didn't look.
Vancouver FC, their eagle came in and decorated a few cookies, and their bag exploded as they were decorating cookies. So they were
Those
just
ones looked rough if you got
hand-painting
those ones.
smiles. Yeah, so it's a lot of the time community
Could have also been
volunteers
rushed
and
Timmy
stuff.
employees though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Fair
a
enough, fair
crazy week.
Blame them.
Yeah.
Blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But that's cool. I mean, that's really cool. I wish I knew about that. I wish maybe,
Yeah, I thought they all just benefited one charity, Tim Hortons.
Totally.
I
Yeah.
don't even know they was for charity. I
We-
just thought
Well, they do
had
it
a
every
smile
year. It's just
cookie.
like McDonald's does their thing. Dairy Queen does Miracle Treat Day. They all have their own thing, but most of
finally
I
them.
thought
got
it
it
was like
in
a
with
money
Timmy's.
grab of like, let's just
No, we
promote
got
a
whole
charity.
proceeds
and-
of cookies.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
100%
Our
of
4
it,
stores
That's
got
good.
the whole proceeds.
Good for you, Tim.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yes.
Tim.
Not Tim at the barley merchant. Tim Horton.
Tim
Okay.
The Barley Merchant is also a big supporter as well.
Yes, yeah.
We have lots of the local places. We do a golf tournament and we have lots of on-hole
I'll go to that.
support. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Come to our golf tournament.
When is
It
that?
is fun. It is
When is
July
that?
31st.
Oh, perfect. Let's do that.
It is a fun day. We really pride on it being a fundraiser to support our programming, but we kind of have tasters on different holes. We have Hard Bean that
Activities.
comes out and does
I
samples.
love golf
We have
tournaments.
games that are on, like, we try to make it a fun
So
day.
much fun.
No,
Yeah.
they have
It's
like
my favorite event
You
of the
asked
year.
for golf stuff today.
Yeah, I did.
I was-
But no, it's because they have like different things going on. So there's 18, almost sometimes not, but 18 things going on.
Yeah.
And you're
And-
there for like, here, give me a sample of whatever. and then
Golfing
you're-
is really, yeah.
I used to work for Fireball, and like we would do golf tournaments.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yes,
people
Yeah.
do.
yeah.
Yes, you give them shots,
What-
but
so,
it's,
okay,
a lot of
let's-
the time it was
But
fundraising.
it's fun. By the end, they're not golfing great,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah, let's bring that up then. Like, what do you talk about the golf tournament, but also talk about anything else that you maybe
Like, do you have room for people to sign up for this golf tournament?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Don't
kinda-
promote it if it's full. No, we would love golfers, and we would love, and we have
Yeah. Registration.
registration is open for our golf tournament. We're planning an event in the fall that is it's at the Coop. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Coop.
I've been
It's
to-
a little
yeah.
local Langley spot that we found, and we're
Mm.
kind of going to try and do like some tastings of different. We're getting some different local places involved, doing some different tastings of food and beer, and different spirits, kind of. And then we're hoping to have some music, have just like a fun evening to come out and support mentoring in Langley at a sweet spot in Langley. We try and really we're at a golf course in Langley. We're trying to
Which
reach out. Newlands.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it's fine.
We have lots of fun stuff.
If
to
there's
make it
fun
extra
things to
fun,
do,
you know?
it makes it fun.
What's awesome about Newlands is they
Newlands.
let us do fun things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. We have
yeah.
full advantage
put-
of the
Do you
day.
not like?
I mean, I didn't say that.
It's not.
Well,
You're,
it's
you're
like-
looks
It's
like
not
you're
gonna go to
paid.
Red.
Like,
Newlands
what's
is
that?
like it's a great place to learn. That's what I learned.
Oh, to play golf. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
do.
play.
Like,
Yeah, I
I
don't-
played once.
I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
I
it's
don't
great,
play
but I don't
either.
play golf. So
I hit the ball like I hit it in baseball. It didn't go over well.
No, you don't.
That's
But yeah,
where I
Newlands
went.
is
That's where I
no
went.
Newlands is a great golf course. You know, it's got its little pros and cons. Yeah, but
they
it's-
all do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What one's your
Makes it
favorite local
harder.
golf course then?
Huh? Well, I guess I go to like Redwoods and
Oh.
Green Teas and
Mhm.
yeah,
Green
Belmont. Huh? Yeah, it's like it's
Belmont's
like
fun.
North Langley-ish,
Oh,
more so than like
South.
yeah, and that's not even South Langley. South Langley is like Hazelmere, which is South Surrey, but yeah.
you're talking to a bunch of not golfers now.
Yeah,
so
they're just
you're
locations.
losing us here.
Locations. Hazelmere.
Yeah.
Golf. Yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
Hazelmere.
wedding venues.
Yes.
the wedding venue.
They
yeah.
all
Yeah.
do. So
Yeah.
just think wedding
I've
venues.
never
Morgan
gone to
Creek
a
is nice.
wedding in a Langley golf course.
Really?
But a Pitt Meadows one, I'm sure.
No.
Oh,
Newlands would have had some. I did my dry grad there, I think.
My husband has
There-
his
No one does
Christmas parties there.
Oh, nice.
In
Yeah,
the,
In the
in the
wrinkle
dome?
room.
No, I
is
think
that what it's called?
Yes, I have heard that. Yeah, a lot of people do call it that. Yes.
So, yeah, the cougar lounge or
I'm
whatever.
sure they love that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny. That's courtesy of the Langley Savage. But, yeah, that's good. But yeah, no, that's a good spot. At least it's close. I
It's
definitely
nice and
Close,
close.
yes,
Close
yeah.
to our office. So if we forget something, we can just whip back real
Yeah.
quick and grab
And it probably
something.
makes it a lot more affordable and cost effective because sometimes those tournaments get up there. And it's
Which
like,
is
It's
part
wild.
of it's a fundraiser for us too.
Yeah.
That how much are we charging you guys and how much are we getting for
Yeah.
this?
So how do people sign up, and how much does it cost?
Jacqueline?
Yes,
This is-
on our website, on our website on the menu, there's a tab for events. There's a golf event page, and you can sign up right on there.
What's your website?
It's not www.
it's linked down below.
Okay, there we
Okay.
go.
Big Brothers Big Sisters Langley, and then we'll
Yes.
come up. We're like
Okay.
episodes
Yeah,
to pop
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Google is your safest bet
And there-
because a lot of things say www. It'll take you to some older gentleman's blog that's totally not related to us. So don't do that. It's
Oh.
http:// langley.bigbrothersbigsisters.ca.
We got
And
pens
that's-
made with www.
Oh, I'm still finding stuff that has it.
Ah,
on,
it was
it just
some
sends it.
mistakes were made
Oh,
on that
no.
one.
Yeah, we've got to figure out that domain because it's
Ah.
not working for us. But on our website, if you Google us, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Langley.
Can sign up to play golf. There's also opportunity for on course if anybody wanted to be on course, providing something, providing
yeah.
game, providing drink, food. And there's always at all of our events, we kind of have different sponsorship opportunity as well. If that's something that someone feels called to want to give back, and with sponsorship comes
Lots
tons
of
stuff.
perks.
Promotion, and also getting to attend golf and come and be a part of the day. And
Yeah.
and there's promotion provided before, during the day. We try to make our sponsorships fun and have them kind of be fun things, like a golf cart sponsor that gets a shout out on all the golf carts, or we kind of have our the truck bed, like the barbecue before, and like a party putt that we do. So we try and get it to be that you're sponsoring something specific that you kind of get to say, this is our contribution on the whole, and what you get to kind of be a part of as well.
Yeah, if you want to bring your Preston's always brings a couple of cars from Preston's GM. They'll bring a couple of cars and have them on the course, or the Giants will bring their air cannon, and that's always a big hit. So we have room to make it whatever you'd like to make it. So if you want to bust out all of the tents that you have with all of your branding, we're here for it. We're definitely heavy on mutual partnerships instead of, constantly giving. And I think that's often, or constantly taking rather, I think that's often a misconception with nonprofits, is that there's a lot of ask for support, which we need. But we also want to help you promote your brand, because we're in a world where everyone just needs a little step up. And if we can help you, you can help us. That's where we're at, and that's what we want to do. So
Cool.
yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So check out their events. Link in the bio.
Fantastic.
But before we wrap up here, we're getting close, and I got this kind of spur of the moment. Are you any of you from like the UK? Is this from the UK? It looks like it is.
Like tea cakes would be
That's very, yeah. Say.
I don't know if that's English, actually. Oh, it's just, yeah. You're from Scotland. What? I swear you said you were. Oh, same thing.
I'm sure there's someone
Careful
from there.
you
It's
say
not the
that
same.
too.
No. They hate that. Yeah.
Scottish tea cake.
So yeah, this is Scottish. Yeah, it is. It is tea cakes. Yeah, so there's a place by my office in Langley. It's called
Black pudding.
Black Pudding.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And I went in there, and there's like a ton of stuff. So now I'm
They have
gonna
really
go
good
there.
English, like British chocolate and stuff there.
So like I looked at the chocolate. It looked like it was
Have you ever had a
normal.
snowflake?
No.
They're good. They're like very flaky chocolates. My favorite. They're from Cadbury, but they're only available there.
Snowflakes. Interesting.
They have tons of like cream eggs. Is that a thing or something?
Okay.
Anyways.
Cadbury from the UK is like a chocolate bar, way better
Yeah, the chocolate.
than North American Cadbury.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I hate
Huge
cream
difference.
eggs.
Okay, I don't like cream eggs. I'm just talking
But
about
it might be-
Cadbury,
oh,
the
the
brand.
chocolate bar.
Cadbury cream eggs.
Yeah, that's one of the chocolate
There you
cream.
go. Y'all get a little bon.
Thank you.
Oh, it's
There's
not
a
what I
tea cake.
expected.
We're gonna
Oh.
find out.
You have no idea what
I
that is.
know. It's
it
stuffed
does?
with stuffed with the marshmallow.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, like a wagon wheel?
this is
I don't
Or
even
the
know what that
puppies,
is.
Is that what they're
You don't know what a
called?
wagon wheel is?
No, so it has like a graham
You're so
cracker.
young.
I don't know what a
You're
wagon
so young.
I've
No
had
way.
I've
should
had
grow
that was
Wagon.
like that was my after school
I
snack.
don't
That's what
like
I lived
those.
on.
That's what it is.
We
I
didn't
don't
say like them.
I know what it is.
No,
It's like a
okay,
little
okay.
Yeah, it looks like this, but it's flat, right? And
Yeah,
bigger
yeah.
and
Oh.
bigger.
Yeah, but
And
it's
there's
flat.
jelly in the middle.
I'm not so sure about this.
This is
you
jelly?
guys.
No, the wagon wheels have
Oh
jelly. in the
yeah,
middle.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hate orange chocolate, by the way.
I just don't like
Ready?
marshmallows.
Oh, me neither,
Mm.
but we're gonna try this.
Oh, that's a different kind of marshmallow.
Mhm.
It's more like that fluff that comes in
Oh,
a can.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, that's not marshmallow. I hate marshmallow. This is not marshmallow.
No, it's like pure
That's good.
whipped sugar or whatever.
With like a biscuit, graham cracker bottom.
It's not
Oh,
whipping
that's
cream, it's
good.
just sugar,
hmm
icing or whatever.
Wow.
Oh my
That's
god.
dessert before dinner.
I'm gonna take one home.
I hate eating on camera.
I was gonna say, can you guys hear me chew in my in my mic?
Well,
I don't.
That's
I
such
don't
a
love
treat.
the texture.
Mm.
But thank you for
I'm
sharing.
not a big
That's
fan
so
of
treat.
texture, but this isn't bad for me. I'm not.
Mm.
I would eat.
I'm a big
I
fan.
would eat a whole box
Uh-huh.
for sure. Careful, it's open. You reading the English version?
It's
of
not
the ingredients?
marshmallow, it's mallow.
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 Get that mallow.
MALLOW.
Tea cakes. That would taste really good with tea and coffee.
Yeah.
I understand now.
Why they're tea cakes?
Why they have tea and biscuits. Whatever.
Yes.
Or that's the UK. Right?
Well, they still
very
eat-
European. Stroop
Well, like,
waffles.
isn't Scotland part of the UK? It's like
Mm,
Northern
I guess so.
Ireland is part of the UK, but not part of Ireland I'm from. I'm not from Northern Ireland.
Mm.
You're from the
Just Ireland, Republic of
What's that?
Ireland.
the NRA. What's that? That's not it. What is that? What is that group?
That's from Northern Ireland.
Okay. So not them. I just yeah. Dan's laughing because he knows exactly what I'm trying to say, but I don't know how to say it. because I'm not brushed up on my UK history. Yeah, okay.
I have a feeling.
IRA. Not the NRA, the IRA.
Hey, but now you're brushed up on mentoring.
She thought it was the same thing. Yeah, no.
They blow up cars and stuff.
IRA, yeah. They're terrorists, I think.
Glad that we figured that out.
Anyways,
today.
great topic to be on during a community program here. Why'd you take it that way? But so yeah, you talked about what you have going on. Anything else that you might have missed?
If you want to mentor, also come to our website.
Okay.
Big Brothers Big Sisters Langley.
Yeah.
Either get involved in events or mentor, or just say, hey, we love being a part of the community, and it's special that we're just Langley. So like I could name like all the elementary schools, all the high, like it's special that we know that. So yeah, we're
every school.
Every school.
You're in every school.
Pretty well. Yeah, I think that's about like connection with the school. Some schools we have programming in and we know, and we're always trying to reach out to new schools and new connections. So yeah, if someone's at a school that you feel could use a program, then yeah, also reach out, because we're just really, that's the special part of we're Langley. We're part of things in Langley. We're part of schools in Langley, where if we were maybe covering more cities and places.
Did you guys grow up around here, both of you?
I grew up in South Surrey.
Okay.
Moved to Langley about 8 years ago.
Grew up all over. I'm over the bridge now.
I don't even live there.
Pitt Meadows. It's
Over the bridge.
Here, I look at the same river.
I don't know why I thought over the bridge.
There's a few bridges. Yeah.
Yeah.
Golden Ears Bridge
What
is
was
the
I
one I
thinking?
meant.
Like, did you think you're like New West?
Yeah, I don't even know what I thought when you said over the bridge. I thought you meant Cloverdale for some reason. There's no bridge to Cloverdale.
There's no
but I thought you meant just like just over the bridge, not actually
Bridge.
over the
Yeah.
bridge. Yeah,
A
that's
literal
what I
bridge.
thought.
Yeah.
over the pond, as they say.
Yeah.
Yes, the Wickball.
But I think if anyone's considering mentoring, I would say my biggest piece of advice as a former mentor, just do it. I sat for so long debating whether I should commit to the program or not. And every day I'm thankful that I did. I'm a big fan, and maybe I'm a bit biased. And now I'm...
And when did you start doing it? How old were you?
It was 2015, so I would have... Oh, gosh, you're making me math. What was that for? I was 25 when I started. But knew about the program forever. And then just kind of had... I was feeling like I was kind of missing something from my life. I was working 3 jobs and just not feeling overly fulfilled. I kind of went through my party phase, and I was like, what am I doing here? Like, I feel like I could use a little bit more. I went from 3 jobs to 2, found myself with a bit of time, and someone had said, just do it. Just inquire. Just send a message, send a note. The worst that could happen is that you change your mind, or it doesn't work out, or it's more than you want to commit to. But that first step is the hardest. We make the rest really easy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worth it.
And your little just came to your wedding last year.
She did.
So
She
she's still in
did.
your life and around?
Yeah, I see her regularly.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's in her 4th year at UV. Yep. And she's also a podcast host, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Don't ask me what the name is. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's,
Is that about murders?
no, it's not.
Is it about cats?
No, it's not. It's about neither.
Okay.
She was part of the Pride Collective at UFE. And so just a lot of, she gave a platform for people to talk about their experience in high school and university
cool.
that may have not had the opportunity to express themselves or share their experience. But she's just such an awesome human being, and she wanted to be able to give people that don't have a voice. So, yeah. We'll link it below.
Awesome. Yeah. Link it below.
Yep.
Have her on. That's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
went to UFE
she would
too.
absolutely. Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice. It's a great school.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Is it a college?
It was just a college. They
Oh.
had 2 courses for everyone for it to be university. I
Oh,
quit.
weird.
Oh,
I dropped out. Anyways.
I dropped out of university, so here we go.
I think we're all
University
doing just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, well, go on the website, apply to be a mentor, and if you're a little watching this, apply to be a little. And go play some golf.
Isn't littles watching our podcast? We swear and stuff on here, and they're like 7.
Well, 10-year-olds
Ah.
have phones now, so
Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows
That's
what
like
they're seeing anyways?
Teenagers, yeah.
That's true.
I'd rather them watch this than
Yeah.
a streamer.
Well,
We
they can
should
follow
stream
us on
this.
social.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should stream this. Make it more funny. Have some like, yeah. Anyways, that's that's it. Let me just open up my laptop. So thanks again for tuning. Thanks again for tuning in to Live from Langley, BC. If you're still here, don't forget to subscribe and rate us. We make episodes every week. And if you want to check out any others, make sure you check out our page. See you next time. I feel like I should have added something there. Anyways, yeah.
Have you ever noticed
Thanks for
how
having us.
loud you get when you do the intro or outro?
Yeah,
It's
that's
very
on purpose.
intentional.
Yeah.
But then you're like,
Yeah,
quiet.
because it's just chill, you know?
You also
It's like-
back to
1,100 days, yeah.
What would you do without her? You were looking for.
I don't have space in this after all the videos. You know how big a video? I do. I have it.
backing up.
I don't know. Check it. I have to
That's
check.
like-
I have to
that's
check.
no
I have 2 terabytes, I think.
Oh, that should be
Yeah.
plenty.
Still, I don't think that's enough.
Hmm.
Anyways, are we close it? Did we turn that off? Okay. He always gets. I knew he didn't.
No, he didn't.
When there's conversation, he always tries.
Well, thanks for
Mm.
having us.
Yeah.
Since it's not
It's a
complete,
pleasure.
we're thankful to be here and just connect with you guys, also local Langley people that
Yeah.
know where we are. So
Yeah, I'd love to, shed some light on all the organizations.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, where I love to do is play golf. So I'll definitely
Fabulous.
push that hard.
We will.
perfect.
We would love to have you.
Golf.